straight down 5, just rolling it up off the corner. Can't miss. Yeah, but Colucci's using that bloody ultimate. He's just, both of them are literally just fluffing it down 5. That's the widest one Hoffenstedt's thrown, and he got that out to 3. Frank goes wide for a 5 count. All right, Tony's got the front 5. We'll go and have a chat.
Good morning, Billy.
Good morning, young Tony.
My hairy looking friend.
Yeah, I know.
I like it. I really do. I was like, geez, who's that over there? Tyson's got some new staff.
New year, new look.
New year, new me.
No, mate. Mate, you can't leave a 9-pin if it's not there. Full set lane 7, please. Full set on 7, please. All right, let's see what Tony can do. Captain forward roll, straight up 5. Rosberg reckons he's never had such a good ball in his hand. Oh, he's... Yeah, see, that's what happens, mate. Full set on. No worries, bud. Full set lane 9, please. Full set on 9, please. There you go. See? That one there, he only got to 7 board. Jams a 9-pin. I think when Graham gets here later today, I might have to have a word to him about a commission basis.
Give me one more frame. I thought we had the front 6 now. Not front 5.
Some people get the front 6, some people get the front 5. Blade Christensen gets the first 2. $279 will still be an yeah, $279 will still be enough for a skin.
I think so, mate. That was a pretty rough 9-pin. Good fucking ball too.
Rob might be nice to you. I mean, if you get I reckon if he goes to the 12th shot, he might work out a deal where if he throws an 8, you can split it. If he strikes, it's his. You definitely don't want to jam a 9-pin and $279 a piece and split it.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you next game someone will throw 212 and win both. I've seen that happen here a few times when they used to run the skins on a Saturday night. Guys you'd split a skin on a 250 and someone will throw 220 the next game and win them both. Kyle with a 7 count. Remember, we are bowling 6 games in a skin style format, so highest game over 210 will win the skin for the first game. The Hoffenator is in the box seat in game number 1. Nah, mate, you're a frame late. You missed his solid 9-pin. Oh, now he's all over the shop. You were just saying how great a ball it is.
That's what I said. It's all the ball that ain't the ball.
Oh, hey, mate. Rob Colucci with a solid 4-pin. Tony with an open frame. See, just as I talk him up.
How about putting your towel over a conditioner so it gets offside?
Have you got a polarised filter on that?
That's what I said. You put your towel on your fucking head for this.
Can we get a full set on lane 12, please? There's a pin jammed in the top of the deck. Full set lane 12, please. Dan Wilson with a split. Kyle Craven, shredding a rack. Oh, Gavin Schultz. Oh, Tony. Mate, he was all right while he was striking. He's looking a bit dodgy under the spare pressure. The added pressure. Shane Spielberg watching Jordan McCahill on lane 9. Rob Colucci's back in the pocket, putting a bit of squeeze on Tony. Jordan had the balance of a bowl of jelly.
And I got that too.
Jamie Kennedy goes a fraction long. Oh, Kyle, that's how you trip the 9 pin. Oh, Tony's back in the pocket. Full set lane 5, please. Full set on 5, please. Dan Wilson's a little bit off with the radar. He might have had a bit of a break over the Christmas period. Rob Colucci pipes it up 10, leaves a solid 7.
Punching it up the edge a bit, eh?
But it's effective.
Well, it's given the ball the most chance to get back on the pocket.
Gav with an 8 spare. Dan Wilson with an 8 spare. Greg Langford leaves a 2 pin. Frankie Nusafora with an 8 spare. Rob with a possible 215. That puts him in the running for the skin. Actually, that makes him a front runner for the first skin. 5 or more and he's the man.
Tony doubles, he's in trouble.
Oh, Tony's got to throw the first in the 10th. Because as we've seen, if he misses, he's going to split. Nice shot, give himself every opportunity. 214 for Rob Colucci. Tony must close the 10th. Dan Wilson, what's going on?
More than 4.
Not quite sure what Dan's thinking at the moment, but I don't think it's about bowling. Oh! Hoffen sets with a 479. Shane. Pocket 479 to lose the skin. Kyle Craven with a 185. Great finish. Couple of iffies in the middle of that cost him. Tony will finish with a 213. Misses the skin by 1 pin. That's enough to make you want to kick a ball return.
Not really. I don't do that anymore.
See, that's why you bowl and I commentate, because if that was me, that ball return would be about where that DCL sign is. 166 for Greg. So 214 will be the first skin to Rob Colucci. Missy Rosberg with a 158. 151 for, 151 for Gail Porter. Oh, Tyson Jones has made the move. He looks to have jumped about 5 and 5 right. Jamie Kennedy with a double. Mate, I should try this coaching gig, eh?
I made the move.
In the 8th frame.
No, I made the move straight after the 7-1. I was quick on lane 7 and I wrapped the 10 pin on my it's there.
It's where it, as I said, when I watch those two and they can't miss the pocket.
Yeah.
Strike there for Frank. He can finish with a possible 187. I would say 2. I just commentate. I don't read entry forms. I probably should. Wow. Oh, hey, Rob. I'm glad you thought I had an idea when I was bald. Alrighty, so they'll bowl one game, then they'll move. Everybody will bowl across the house. Frank will finish with 177. Alrighty, just while the bowlers are making their lane change, we will give a massive shout out to our fantastic sponsors. Of course, the Nusafora family and their amazing staff here at Burdekin 10-Pin Bowl, Billy's Pro Shop and 10-Pin Bowling Supplies. They're sponsoring the Mystery Bowler Award again this year. CLS North Queensland for all your building and renovation requirements. PBSA for the 300 game award, which starts this year at $600. And the Mike Carney Group for hosting and supporting this amazing tour here in the far north. If you are after the ultimate in driving experience, go and have a chat to Chris and the gang at the Mike Carney Group. The bowlers are in the process of making their first lane change. We will have all the action from game 2 underway in just a few moments from now. Gavin Schultz goes a little wide with his first one. Kyle Craven with a 3-pin. Jordan McCahill with a 9 miss. George Squire with a 3-9. Rob Colucci goes a little long. Schultz with a 7-2.
Dropped the back row like 3 times, mate, on lane 2.
All right. Mick Fennick with a 6-2. Sophie Jones with a 2-pin. Frank Nucifora goes a little long, leaves a 3-6-7. What's going on, Miss Till? Do you want to say hello to everyone again? You need to say, hello everyone, my mummy is the best. Little bit of commentary there from young Tilly Rosberg. It's all about supporting our next generation of commentators. Yeah, mate.
Since you stopped coaching us, your hair's back.
Yeah, well, I figure this year I'm going to need something to pull out, aren't I? So. No, I just thought, why not? I'm going to try and get the rat's tail back for ANC, dye it blonde. Try and be cooler than Kurt Cobain again. See if I can get another 2.3 million views. Cooler than Kurt Cobain.
Oh, the rat star.
Yeah.
And the dredge.
I'll have to get onto that Indian internet farm though.
She's slipping already.
Yeah, because she thought, she thought Missy was laughing at her. I said to her, you've got to say, good morning everyone, my mummy's the best. And Missy was trying to high five her and she cracked it thinking that she was laughing at her. Frank Nucifora trips the 6-8. Frank, have you worked out the difference in your 2 shots yet? When you stay behind the ball, you can get the ball back from wide off the corner. The minute you frisbee off the side is when you throw that one long. Yeah. Yeah, you can't just throw it out there and expect that it's going to carry. Sophie Jones goes a little long, leaves a washout, the 1-2-4-10 on lane 2. Greg Langford's gone out to 5. She's throwing the ball too slow.
Ball's not finishing. Obviously I can't put surface on it at the moment. I've got the hybrid. I've got the DNA coil. The Atlas is going to work when it chops up. I can't go to that yet.
I would probably go the coil.
Yeah, or the Pearl Critter. They're the only other ones I've got.
I think the Pearl will go a little long before it jumps. I would probably throw the coil. Missy, if you're going to go out that wide, you can't be soft. Oh, Tony! He's thrown half the deck at that 10 pin. Mick Fennick with a 6-10 spare. Jamie Kennedy, after a reset, his wrist guard came loose, leaves a 3-6-10. Tony Hoffensets with a 9 spare. Oh, Greg Langford goes high, leaves a big 4. Carolyn Schultz with a 9 spare. Dan Wilson with a 7 split. Jordan McCahill's working on a strike. Gail Porter with a 8-1. Terry Bales working on an 8 spare. Jordan goes a little long, leaves a washout. Gavin Schultz with a strike. What do you need? Full set on 9? Full set lane 9, please. Full set on 9, please. Caroline with a power shot through the nose for a strike. I don't know, he literally just left me a voice message. Alrighty. Just got your message there, Terry. Thank you very much for that. We're trying to sort that out. If anybody does have any problems with sound on across the streams, if you can give me a buzz or let either Tyson or Belinda or myself know. As soon as we know about it, we can try and rectify the problem. So if you are watching 5 to 12 and you have full sound, can you let me know? It may be a glitch on Terry's end. If not, flick me a message and let me know, no, there's no sound, and we can work to rectify that as soon as possible. We do want to try and give everybody the best viewing opportunity, so the more feedback we can get as opposed to picture and sound quality, the better we can make it for you guys. So thank you very much for the feedback. Keep it coming in, and yeah, hopefully we can bring a much better experience to those watching at home. Greg Langford rings a 10 on lane number 4. Tyson Jones makes his 7-pin spare. Tony Hoffensets gets a little long through the shot. Missy also rings a 10-pin. Dan Wilson can't seem to get his radar working. Frank Nusafora looking for 5 in a row.
Yep,
yeah.
That's the rule.
Fucking hell. That's a bit rough.
Frank Nusafora with 5 in a row. He must have listened. Do you want me to get that on video for you? The new Loctite, it's like the Araldite. the dual tube stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Loctite one, not the Sellies. Yeah, I love it. Sit there doing Jopos, mixing it up. It's like, yeah. Keep bringing that 10. You know what I would do if it was me? I would move my feet back on the approach 1 inch. Change nothing else, just move back 1 inch on the approach. What do you got to lose? You're throwing like 6 nines. Frank goes a little high, leaves a 6, 7, 10. Jamie Kennedy doubles up. Wow, that one went way long. As I said at the start of the broadcast, this is not looking like an easy pattern. Sophie goes a little high, leaves a 4 pin. Missy opens. Rob Colucci with a 9 miss. Mick Fennick with a 7 miss. How are they playing, Rob?
well, this pair are paying straight.
They just look... the pattern looks inconsistent.
Yeah, well, nothing like that.
Like I just watched Tyson throw 7 shots down, exactly the same shot. Literally about a board out on between the 7 shots. The 7th shot was the worst of the lot, missed by about half a board right and leaves a 2-4-5-8. Like,
This is not what we played on 7 and 8.
it's just ridiculous. It's,
I don't know if it's just dragged down, but I moved left on 7 and 8 and I moved right on 8. My board target change right
yeah.
on this pair. That's crazy. And change the ball.
As I said, like I've never seen Dan Wilson have a drama getting the ball to turn left, and he cannot get the ball to climb.
Very speed dependent.
Yeah, but even the speed dependency, it's like you've literally got half a board. If you can't hit that half a board, you're in a world of hurt. Brian Olsen with a 9 miss.
The 6-pin on line 12, about kicks.
Can we get a full set lane 12, please? Full set lane 12. It's not resetting the 6-pin, so you might want to check that out. Full set on lane 9 also, please. Full set lane 9. Carolyn Schultz goes a little long.
Pin on the lane on lane 2, please. Pin on the lane on lane 2.
Yeah, you're going to have to wait. He's got lane 12's got an issue. 9 needs a full set. Rob Colucci goes a little high. This is what I'm saying. Like, these guys aren't throwing overly bad shots. There's just no room for error. As you can see, Dan Wilson just can't get the ball to turn left. 5-7 out of the pocket. Dan gives that one a bit of room. Spares the 5-7. Dan. Can you play straight?
Yeah.
Throw between 5 and 10, like basically 10 out to about 7. Yeah. Just give Dan a little bit of advice. I just want to see, like, it's in the fill ball. You can't win the skin, so we'll see what the fill ball does if he can play between 5 and through 10 to about 7. All right, what's the skin worth? 75, is that it?
Is that what the skin's worth? 75 today and 125 tomorrow?
I don't know.
Oh, that's what it is. You don't read the entry form.
Mate, I read that I had to be here at 6:15 this morning, so I was. My production paperwork said be here 6:15. Said nothing about read entry form first. All right, so when you win the next 2 skins, we'll go halves, all right?
I knew that's what you were getting at.
That's not fair.
I think it's very fair.
Correct, I did. I did do
Rob Colucci goes a little wide again. Yeah, but he didn't need his 8 pins to do it. So what do we got down here? Jordan McCahill with a 157. Terry Bale can strike out for 203. Kyle Craven can strike out for 203. Brian Olsen can strike out for 193. Mick Fennick with a 133. Rob Colucci with a 142. $163 for Missy, $155 for Greg, $195 for Jamie. $182 for Tyson, $133 for Sophie.
Anyone? Oh, so it's down to him.
Spare 8 will do it for him. Yep, you're all right, mate. Yeah, 210 at jackpots, 211 it goes off.
No, get 7.
Full set lane 9, please. Full set on 9, please. So game number 2 goes to a 213 as well. The scores are going down. Yeah, I was going to say scores are going down. 214 for the first one, 213 for the second one. If I was a betting man, I mean, you think Frank could win every skin being the only lefty in the first squad. Apparently. Yeah, you've got all three boards you've got to worry about hitting. Hello. Full set lane 11, please. Full set on 11, please. Kyle Craven with a 202, close but no cigar. Maybe if you hadn't opened the 7th, you know.
Oh, well. No one's perfect, mate.
No, they're not. How do we go, Boo? Have we got sound on all 12 lanes?
No, you won't have sound on my laptop. You haven't connected anything.
We only have it on 1 and 4 and 9 to 12.
Oh,
We haven't connected. So there is definitely sound on 9 to 12 though. I will check.
okay.
Congratulations, Frank Flora with a 213, ladies in 2.
Alrighty, game number 3 is underway. Gail Porter with a 10 pin. Tyson Jones goes Brooklyn for a strike 8 spare. We change that to 8 spare.
Bitey down here.
Well, Rob and Tony was saying that 5 and 6 was about 6 boards wetter than 7 and 8. I don't know, the ball just does not seem to want to climb. When you've got guys like Kyle and Dan that can't get the ball back to the head pin, it's just... Yeah. Like I just said to Dan in the fill ball, I said, mate, jump out and see what happens out around 7 board. He changes to that gold label.
Yeah.
Smokes it. Like, oh, Frank with a 9 miss. That's what happens when you don't use a spare ball for 7 pin. I'm sorry, I make no apologies for that. They're called spare balls for a reason. Pin on the deck lane 3, pin on the deck lane 3. Yeah, but you want the pin on the deck, mate. I don't care about your bowling ball.
You don't like my ball?
Mate, you got 5 more in the bag. Just grab one and throw it.
You know, dickhead me. You're like, oh, I get good hybrid, Tony. I already had one. Just didn't know it was a hybrid, so I just got random buy it. Like, I didn't look into it or anything like that. I was like, oh, know your equipment, Tony? You fuck me.
Mate, at the end of the day, you can throw a house ball. It ain't going to matter.
Yeah.
So for Jones with a 245. Greg Langford with a double. Jamie Kennedy can't quite kick the 7. Dan Wilson flushes the pocket for a strike. Missy with an 8-1. Greg Langford opens up with the front 3. We'll give him 3 more. We'll go and have a chat. I'm just saying, we'll give Greg 3 more and we'll go and have a chat. Yeah. Mate, I'm an equal opportunity stirrer. Tyson Jones with a 7 count after a double. George Squire with a 6 pin. Terry Bale goes left. Leaves a 1-3-9. Kyle Craven with a strike down there on lane 12. Rob Colucci with a 2 pin. Jordan McCahill goes way wide. Missy Rosberg with a spare. Woo! Go Missy. Winning. Dan Wilson goes light. Gavin goes a little high, leaves a 6-10. Tony Hoffman sets with the front 3. All right, what's happening on the left lane, young Dan? So you don't think you might have to go a board right on 5?
6 and I read better than 5. I slowed down 5 or.
I'd probably go 1 right. Hello. What happened? Oh, Mick bowled on the wrong lane. There we go.
I didn't see it, so.
Missy Rosberg with a 6 spare. Oh, Jamie Kennedy rings an 8-10. Dan Wilson smokes the pocket. No, he's going to strike on lane 5 now. We've got a plan. We've got a plan, man. So how'd you find those wipes? The Diablo one, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, because I sent some over to Lee Chalmers in WA and she likes them as well. So I'm just trying to get some feedback for Jess, just so I can let him know. Yeah. Sojo. Gavin Schultz with a 7 spare. Gail Porter with a 4-7-9-10. Missy Rosberg with an 8 spare. You going to help your missus out or are you going to let her struggle for 6 games?
She doesn't listen to me the best of the time. My suggestion was I never told them
I'm not 100% sure surface is the issue at the moment. Yeah. But, and this is just my uneducated guess,
come on, pull a Billy and line her up.
when you're following through, it's like your body's in perfect position. but for some reason at the bottom of your swing you're thinking, you're not trusting the ball's going to turn. And playing that wide, the ball is going to turn.
Doesn't matter my comfort zone. I'm all tense.
But
I'm
why?
not trying to, yeah, it just happens.
But why? Anywhere right of 20 board is your comfort zone because your accuracy will get you through that.
Yeah.
So trust you. If you throw your natural swing, you can adjust for that. The minute you manufacture one, you can't adjust. Brian Olsen with a Greek church. I reckon Brian will spare this. I can feel it. Dan Wilson's gone out wide, a little bit wide on lane 6. That's a much better swing there from Missy Rosberg. Pushes the 5 into the 7. My God, I'm going to try this coaching gig, eh?
That was a relaxed swing.
No kidding.
And he doesn't watch it.
Wow. Told you I'm going to try this coaching gig, eh? It's not rocket science. Oh. We have a drama. I'll put my Coke Zero down. I don't know where I'll put it. No, it's over at the counter. Frank Nusifora with a double. Kyle Craven with a double. Mate, if you could spare, seriously. I thought it was the end of the world. I put my Coke Zero down. I didn't know where. Oh, Frank Nusifora, 3 in a row. Making it look easy on the left. It's just a bowler, isn't it? Were they heavy? What do you want to do? You can do if you don't like that rack.
I don't like that.
Then reset it. I reckon there's almost no chance you would leave a 3-pin. Wow. I'm so glad you said that and not me. Kyle with a 9 spare after his double. Gavin Schultz rides one for a 4-pin. Yeah, bowling teaches you that. After all that, you still didn't hit that pin. Wow. Frank Nusifora jams an 8-pin out of the pocket. Rob Colucci's off with a string. Maybe not that wide, Dan. I walk away for one shot, you throw a 9 miss. What's going on? 10 pin? Again.
It was a good shot with a 10 pin.
Wow. Hey, no, it might be the opposite. All the good bowlers are struggling. You'll be in your element. 240 average. Here you come. Mate, with an attitude like that, you're not going to throw 240. That was an interesting lean on that. Fell over, machine didn't touch it, so. But you see the difference in the swing, like when you swing free, you can make those small adjustments. But when you're cramped up and you're trying to manufacture a swing, you can't adjust that.
I know when I'm doing it, it's just hard
So-
to get it out of my head.
What's up, Gav?
Give me a, I'm out of the gun and got the score, mate. I'm happy to take it. You're happy to.
It bounced out of the gutter.
Ah, I didn't even see it.
170.
Yeah,
Start to stress about like, finding a line
but that's
and I get all tense and I try
That-
to drive it to the pocket and
but that's the beauty of your game. There's not a great. It's that simple that it's almost automatic. So there's nothing really to stress about.
yeah.
You're literally just step, release, repeat. Like
Yeah.
it's not like you're someone like Dan or Kyle Craven that's moving like covering 25 boards. You're literally 3 to 4 board area. Just swing straight, follow through straight. Let the ball do everything. So that's what I mean. When you when you start to struggle or not score, just go back to basics.
Yeah.
Free your swing, make the adjustment.
Sometimes all I need is to just reset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Greg Langford finished with a 196. Rob Colucci also with a 196. $172 for Big Gav. No, you got this. Tony Hoffen sets with a 210. Frank's gonna throw 230. I thought it was 210 or higher. 209. I thought it was 210 or over. 209 at jackpots, 210 it's a win. Okay. See how the 3 10 pins that I've watched you throw, you've thrown the 6 around the front of the 10. Don't move left or right, move back on the approach, 1 inch. Because what you want to do, for every inch you move back, right, gives the ball a foot to roll up. So you don't want to lose the pocket, you just want to change that carry angle. So just move back. Only on the lane that you're ringing the 10. So if you go to the next, or you go to 7 and 8, right, they're going to play a little drier than here. They seem to be getting drier the further down the house, right? So you probably find you may not have to make that move. It'll naturally be there, yeah. So 180 this game. There's a few lanes have been doing that. Lane 6 had the 2-pin upside down in the. I wouldn't. That's an interesting leave on lane 9, even for Terry. I was going to say that's an interesting leave on lane 9, even for you.
Should I reset it from here?
Should, I think they're turned off. Try it. Yeah, I think they're in limp mode. At the end of the day, you're coming back tomorrow. It's all that matters.
That's why I like bowling this one, because I know I'm in for the next day.
That's why Shane bowls it. It's the only time he gets to bowl on a Sunday.
Yeah, but wasn't it last time he was there, his mother-in-law beat him?
No, they equaled.
Oh, no,
Equaled.
He said, oh, well, at least I'll wait for the top. I'll wait for the first one.
Oh, 217. Frank Nusafora, 2 skins in a row. You.
Yeah, we won't get it tomorrow.
Frankie's on a roll. See, she out for dinner tonight, I tell you.
Congratulations to me on a 217.
Bloody easy on the left. Alrighty, we're at the halfway point. 3 to go. Everybody's looking excited. Wow, Sophie Jones is on the scrounge off a child. Well done, Seagull. Sophie Seagull swoops in. Alrighty, lanes are on for game number 4. Hello. Reset button works, eh? Just saying. Hey Tilly. Tilly, is Dad going to beat Mum today?
Probably a fair chance.
Oh, wow. Full set lane 1, please. Full set on 1, please. Alrighty, Frank Nusafora's won 2 out of the first 3 skins. Hasn't thrown a game over 220. Greg Langford with a 310 on lane number 11. Hello.
Jordan. 149.
180 lane 9, please.
139. 139 on lane 4, please, mate.
And can I get a 139 on lane 4, please? 139 on 4. George Squire with an 8 miss. Missy Rosberg's missing a 4-pin now. She's gone to the Luke Doyle School of Sparing. Dan Wilson with a 2-pin, George Squire with a strike. Gail Porter with a 9. Oh, that ball jumped late there for Mick Fennick. One, 3, 9 on lane 4. 1, 3, 9 on lane 4, please. Did you have a 9-pin then? No. No, you didn't. Terry Bale goes Brooklyn, wobbles a 9 like a hula dancer. Sophie Jones with an 8-1. Jamie Kennedy with a strike. Tyson Jones goes Brooklyn. All that for a Brooklyn strike. Wow. George Squire with a double. Frank Nusafora trips a 6. Sojo with a 10-pin. The Hoffenator with a 7-2. Oh, Rob Colucci's found the pocket. This could be big. Greg Langford with a 9 miss down there on lane 11. Missy Rosberg finally spares something on the left-hand side of the lane. Kyle with a 2, 4, 8, 10. I reckon he'll spare this. The Hoffenator with a PBA washout, the 1, 2, 4, 6, 10. Dan Wilson's found the pocket. This could be 279. Gav Schultz leaves a 2, 4, 5, 8. He's trying for a 180 game this game. He's pushing hard. Oh, Kyle, you let me down. I was backing you in for the spare, mate. Oh, Tony with a 5-1. Jordan McCahill's resurfaced his ball in between games. Looks like he's resurfaced it with the highway. What'd you do with that ball? You resurfaced it with a bench grinder. Jesus. Hey, George Frelingos would be proud of a ball that looked like that. Oh, Brian Olsen's ripping the deck.
One lane bowler.
Missy Rosberg with a 7-2. Tyson Jones with a strike. Oh, Frank can't quite kick out the 7. Greg with an 8 spare. Jamie Kennedy with a solid 4. Terry Bale with a 9 spare. She's solid through the first 4. Oh, Greg Langford goes through the nose for a 10 pin. Frank with a 9 spare. Soph can't get the ball back to the head pin, leaves a 1, 2, 4, 10. Oh, Missy caves him in. Greg spares his 10 pin. Rob Colucci with a strike. Tyson Jones goes through the beat for a 10. Carolyn Schultz with a 1, 2, 4. Missy's about to fire up and double. Ryan Olsen with a big 4. Terry Barr with a 3, 10. Dan Wilson with an 8 miss. All right, I know we're only 4 frames in, but I'm going to call this game will jackpot. Pin on the lane 10, please. Pin on the lane 10, please.
It's just going to keep jumping through the nose.
Try being less shit. George Squire with an 8 count. Who's got a dead wood? Pin in the gutter lane 4, 7 pin side. Pin in the gutter lane 4, 7 pin side. So as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted. I reckon this game will jackpot. We're 4 frames in. I've called the jackpot. Kyle rings a 10. Brian Olsen sticks a 7 pin. Mick Fennick with a strike down there on lane 10. Jordan, the bench grinder, McCahill with a spare. Often sets with a solid 10. Hey? Okay. Sophie with a strike. Go, Soph. You got this. Gail Porter with a 5 pin. Gav with a 9 spare. Rob Colucci with a strike, making it look easy on 1 and 2. Kyle Craven with a flat 10. Oh, Geordie. Tony Hoffensets is still chewing something up on the approach. But... Oh, flat 10. Kyle whiffs one past the 10 on lane 2. Dan Wilson trips the 4 to leave a 10 on lane 4. Tyson Jones goes high, leaves a 7 count. Tony spared 2 10 pins in a row. What do you need? 10 pin on lane 4, please. 10 pin on lane 4, please. Rob Colucci can't quite kick the 7 out on lane 2. Gav's got a strikeout from here for his 180. You've only got to throw the next 4. Yeah. Dan Wilson spares his 10 pin. Sophie spares her 3 pin. Brian with a strike. Woo! Marissa Rosberg's having the worst day I've seen her have in a bowling centre since she met Shane.
Couldn't be worse than that.
Since she met Daddy.
Yeah.
Since she met Daddy. Yeah. He doesn't know yet. So, Missy went to get a coffee.
Is this something that can be said? Okay.
Missy went for a coffee, and Shane was in the car behind her, and they pulled up. Both got out of the car, went and got the coffee. And Missy, the lady behind the thing said, the man, behind the thing said, how would you like to pay? And Shane goes, well, I'll do it, shall I? And then she goes, is Dad shouting his coffee, are we?
Oh, Dad's shout today, is it?
Oh!
So you rang Shane after, I'm like, hey, Daddy.
I saw that.
You're the only one.
It was kind of impressive, but kind of not all at the same
I was
time.
happy, I didn't care.
Hey, you can't throw over 210. I said this game's going to jackpot.
It's pretty difficult getting over 210. And all it is the splits that you leave. Everything else is variable, it's the splits that it
Yeah, but have a look at how many single pins and like 8 ones there are. Like, you missed the 7 pin on 11, you peanut.
By a piece of paper.
Might as well have missed it by half a lane like Shane does.
Put me off.
Can you please tell Lemo that, did you tell Xavier that Lemo's coming in the back? That's one thing.
Hey, Zave, Lamo's going to come in the back door. Lamo's coming through the back door. Can we get the 3 and 6 only on lane 9, please? 3 and 6 only on lane 9, please. I thought you were going to try and gap it. Yeah. Wow, there's the kiss of death for the mother-in-law. Mum's bowling well. Here, have a washout. At least when I put people off, they ring a 10. Like, Greg Langford with a 153. Can't leave a 5-7-10 with no 5, Frank. Missy Rosberg with a possible 145. Hey? Can we get a full set lane 9, please? Full set on 9, please. $207.
4 fucking tensions on lanes.
Oh, Kyle, doing it easy. Tony with a pocket 4-7-10.
I haven't had a game over 150 yet. Oh no, I haven't had a game above 150.
Well, this game won't be any different, so don't worry about
It's
it.
the same thing, I know.
All right, Rob Colucci with a 207. Are you guys going to hurry up, or do I have to cite you for slow play? Oh, Terry Bale with a double. Maybe we should have set down the Caboolture Seniors pattern. $145, $147, $149. Dan Wilson makes a 10-pin spare. I reckon A squad tomorrow is going to look like a first-class qualifying squad. What do they call it? Reverse grid. What's this, game 4? 2 to go, 20 frames, 24 strikes for someone. Smile, Dan. Oh, Frank with a solid 8-pin.
Because you're up too early, mate. You should have bowled these.
Yeah. Oh,
Frank must be top qualifier. Don't you get bonus points in the rankings for top qualifying?
yeah. How did you do your ball
Just
read
like,
that?
just like Caboolture, Caboolture, 3 of the top 5 are lefties.
How did you do your ball to read like that?
I have like a proper gummy release, mate. My ball just goes, I'm just going to do something. But it doesn't do it every time.
Mick Fennick
No
with
one
a
over
3-6.
180 for the rest of the house, is that it?
Yeah, Rob Colucci, 207.
Not often we have to wait for you, boys.
Oh, mate, I'm going to side him for slow play.
I think you should, mate.
House and re-rack.
Where's the tournament director when you need him? Oh. There he is.
I told you, you don't want me to tournament direct ever.
No, so everything he did as a junior and as an adult, no one else is allowed to do, and I'll charge you for it.
Do as I say, not as I do.
That was before my time.
Anyone bowl over 610 then?
No,
Jackpotting.
you can bowl 216 if you. Oh no, 206.
No, I got ripped off, Frank. 10 pin, killed me.
And just for the record,
So Tyson can go 215. Oh!
just for the record, I picked in the third frame this game of jackpot. What happens if a jackpot's all the way through?
Only 2 games to go, isn't it?
Highest last game.
I reckon commentator gets it.
There's a lot of scenarios. That ain't one of them.
All right, as tournament director, if a jackpot's until game 6, the commentator gets it. Commentator's done the hardest job of the lot, trying to make this rubbish sound interesting.
It's just playing like a house shot for you, isn't it? Hey?
Hard on the left.
Let me run it by Belinda whether my scenario fits, especially when I offer
Playing doubles on the pokies.
when I offer a half. I was going to say it goes into Billy's Calamia fund. Oh yes, the power shot. That's how you trip the 4-pin into the 2-pin, and then
Vomit on lane.
pretty much felt sorry and thought, oh, I'll fall over. Can't believe Frank stoned a solid 8-pin just to lose a skin. Tyson with a 3-6-10. Mick Fennick with a 9 spare. That 136 still, well, if he bowls 136, it's not going to be the low game for the block. $185 for Tyson Jones. That might move him up into about 14th place.
Oh, is he like Ryan?
It's like everybody's bowling for the wooden spoon.
It's mine, it's mine, it's mine.
Pretty much.
I've got to be in the running.
I know there's a lot behind you.
Oh!
Oh, another 8-pin.
Nice 8-pin, Frank. Oh, hand.
What, you want to hold my hand?
Oh, man.
Soft, aren't they?
Yes, mate. You reckon you work? Like, that's very soft for a
Office
worker.
worker hands. No. Oh, Frank with a 9 spare. Come on, mate, second squad goes on soon.
Lane 9 plus it again.
No, lane 9 would have turned itself off.
Oh,
Because Lemo's
gotcha. Solid 9-pin now?
5, 7, 10, I will fall off this counter.
Oh,
Frank Nusafora finishes with 185. A little bit anticlimactic, but you know, we got there eventually. Alrighty, that completes game number 4. 2 more games to go. 20 frames, 24 strikes for somebody.
Okay, bowlers, that game jackpot. So this game you were playing for $150.
Hello. 180 lane 7, 180 lane 7. All right, I have to go and talk to my co-tournament director over here. All right, Miss Co-Tournament Director. I came up with a suggestion that if the jackpot's now till game 6, that the commentator gets it, but I'm willing to go halves with the scorer.
I'm on, yeah.
Okay, there we go. It's official. Hey, it'll be 150 bucks each. All right, I'll go and run that by the official tournament director and see what he says. Actually, no, he's not in a pink shirt this squad. $11 to go, Greg. All right, I've got good news and bad news. The good news is I've run my scenario past Belinda and she agrees. The bad news is if it jackpots till game 6, her and I are going to split the $300.
Oh, nice.
Okay? That was an executive decision we just came up with. Tony Hoffensets is back to his normal carry through the nose. Hope. Oh, Frank's gone Brooklyn. He's watched Tyson bowl. Sophie's opened up with a strike. Jordan's opened up with a strike. Terry's opened up with a strike. Oi, don't leave me hanging. Geordie with a 2-4-5-8. Brian with an 8-1. Dan with a 2-8-10. Gavin Schultz with a 2-4-5-7. Sophie with a 6-10. Terry goes wide, leaves a 1-2-4-8. Geordie with a 6-3. Blade finds his phone more interesting than the bowling. Tetris. Block Blast. There you go. Bit of a plug for. Sophie with an 8-1. Frank with a double. Greg with a double. Only 10 to go. He laughed at me when I said he was going to bowl 300. Tony Hoffensets with a pocket a mile wide. Rob Colucci shreds the rack. Jamie got a little wayward with that spare. Oh, Greg goes Brooklyn for a 5-pin. Tony goes way high, leaves a 6-pin. Frank with a 1-3-9. Tony with a 9 spare. Tyson can't quite kick out the 4. Kyle Craven with a double after his open. Frank with an open after his double. Missy with 3 spares in a row. Missy's got more spares this game than she's had all day. Rob goes high, leaves a 3-6. Frank's averaging 198. It's good to be the king.
This is my house. This is my house.
Lane 2, yeah. I just hadn't reset. Carolyn's a massive ball speed just didn't trip the machine. that's for me, I'm not here.
Yeah.
Soph, 9's big. I'm trying to hype it up, mate. Like trying to keep it up vibe and live. We need somebody to bowl a Richie Beno so I can go there now. 2 for 222. Why, what happened? Ah. Sophie with a strike after a 9 spare. Gav Schultz trips the 7 out. Kyle with a strike. Carolyn with a 7 count. Dan Wilson with a double. Oh, Brian Olsen pulls out the old faithful purple hammer. Like the American Express card, never leave home without it.
Can't throw anything else. There's no turn up of any of the reactors. And this bear's 5 boards right in that.
5 boards. Wetter. Yeah, no, drier.
Oh, sorry, wet, yeah.
They reckon 1 and 2's like soup.
Yeah, well, this is much different. Looks like they've 5 boards right. I don't have my hand.
Oh, George Squire spares the 5-10. Kyle Craven's in with a double. He's a chance of going 222. Kyle Craven's in with a chance of a Richie Beno. Oh, Tyson. He's going to have a crack at a skin.
Tony and Rob back down to their good end.
Yeah. I said to Soph, I said, like she threw a spare, I said, Sophie with a 9 spare. She goes, don't sound so surprised. I said, no, I'm trying to keep it up live and vibe, you know, like Richie Beno, 222.
What?
Told you, just trying to keep it up vibe.
5 and live.
Live. Welcome back here to the missionary position. Sophie's bowling well, other than that 8-1, but Soph seems to have a bit of support behind her. Current state team members and a couple of Australian team members and home centre teammates. I don't know what you thought I was going to say, Soph. No point stating the obvious stuff. Oh, your daughter's so easy to wind up.
Very much. Wind her up and go.
No, they're onto it. Oh, nice shot there by Sophie. Leaves a 7 pin, but it was a great shot. Ball rolled up nice. Sophie is, of course, transitioning from many years of wearing a wrist guard to no wrist guard at all now, so she'll find the carry a little bit harder, but once she gets used to it, I think she'll do all right. She's actually fairly accurate for somebody that's come out of such a lengthy period in a wrist guard. Swing hasn't changed much. Kyle Craven wobbles the 5-pin. Oh, Dan Wilson trips the 10 late. Frank needs to throw the next 4 and then a 9 count. Soph can't quite kick out the 4-pin. George Squire's having a good game this game. Sophie with another 9 spare. She's a machine today. Nice spare, Soph. Oh, Tyson rolls up way early, leaves a 3-4-6. Tony Hoffen sets with a 7-1. Greg Langford hangs his head after a 6-10. Jamie Kennedy with an 8-1 chops the 6 off the 10. Gail Porter with a 5-8-10. Oh, Kyle Craven's off to the races. Safe to say he's got this one in the bag. Missy Rosberg with a Greek church. Frank Nusafora trips the 6. Tyson Jones in the pocket for a strike. Full set lane 10, please. Full set on 10, please. Jordan McCahill with a double.
Sound on one stream and blah, blah,
Yeah.
no scores. Yeah, man, I know.
Greg Langford goes high, leaves a 6-9. Sophie Jones with a 7 count. Tyson Jones with a 3-4-10. Gail Porter spares a washout. Kyle Craven with a 6 count. That should be enough for a skin. Well, he had practice at it. He left one on that pair, on that lane the shot before. $250, Kyle Craven. Oh, sorry, 240, 241. $169 for Tyson Jones, beaten by his daughter's 184. Evenings. Must be all that fabulous support that Sophie's got. Oh, with a messenger. Hey Frank, it gave you what you deserved. We might have a chat to Sophie in the last game. How's this different from the skills tournament you bowled? No, well they seem to be playing really straight, and like through the skins you can't through the skills tournament you kind of expected that.
Yeah.
But when you're getting up here with reactive gear and got pretty much the same reaction, like
Yeah, it was a good tournament to do, and it gave all us that did it a lot of, like, it gave us a chance to experience something different. And now, I think it fell.
I thought it fell. Can we replay it? Replay it. Can we get the 7-pin added to lane 8, please? 7-pin added to lane 8, please. So Kyle Craven will win skin number 5 with a 241.
Only plays when it's worth his time, eh?
No point mucking around for little dollars. $214 for Rob Colucci, 176 for Tony Hoffensets, 208 for Frank Nusafora, 157 for Mick Fennick, 179 Jordan McCahill, 192 for George Squire, 177 Brian Olsen.
No, I tell them all. Like, oh, I should think I lied and bad with me.
One game to go. Be interesting to see how the other two squads play. What time do you bowl, Colin? Why not? Hey? So you're just down here as support crew and bowl bitch? Well, why else would he be here? He's supporting his fellow bowlers. Nothing wrong with that. And
I might make 1,000 for 6.
and if he's going to help out carrying equipment, why not?
Yes.
Why are you looking at me weird, Soph? Is there something I need to know? Or are my assumptions correct?
I might make 1,000 for 6.
Nah, you'd be right. There's no comment to make.
You might. I might call it a day, I think.
I actually think the camaraderie around the North Queensland bowlers is pretty good. Alrighty. Final game's about to kick off. Everybody looks excited to get this over and done with. Shane's bowling at 215. He's about to go and start stretching.
Congratulations, Paul Craven, 241, taking
He's going to rub himself up with some horse liniment.
the last game.
You see him start coming around going, no, you know what's happened? He's kicked it a bit too well.
I want to know if he has to start eating hay and chaff and stuff when he gets home. Sorry?
Someone needs to get you a huge wooden spoon.
Why?
So you can sit there.
Mate, I don't stir anything. Whoa. No. Full set lane 11, please. Full set on 11, please.
Bit of turn there in the middle.
Oh, so soft to a solid start. 9 spare. Giddy up. You're all over this. Missy with a 7 count. Rob with an 8 count. Tyson Jones with a 9 spare. Kyle's picked up where he's left off. Opens up with a strike. Brian's open with a strike. George with a strike. Carol with a strike. Oh, is that the air conditioner one? It's the way to do it. Mate, I had a rooftop tent that was air conditioned.
Can't knock that, eh? That's awesome.
Yeah, it had 4 USB charger points, a fan, but a long fan, like the front strip was a fan, and then these little boxes about 6-inch square that just fit under the canopy, 2 little air conditioner units. It was sweet as.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's it. What do we do? We have blackout on lane 4, blackout on lane 4, please. Kyle with a double. Tyson with 2 9 spares.
I only missed 4 makeables today, and I'm averaging 160. Thank you.
As I said, I reckon it'll be easier to win a skin in the second squad tomorrow than it will be in the first.
That end has not the head, the extra mid. But that
Can you repeat that?
playing 5 minutes drier since it got late. This end's played wetter. Oh yeah, but it hasn't really changed.
I can't understand a word of that. I've called the blackout on lane 4. It's like he's talking underwater with a mouthful of marbles. I called the blackout on lane 4 and he's talking something about lane 12. Just the light's gone off on 4. Just Greg Langford with a 310. Dan Wilson, oh sorry, George goes Brooklyn for a 5-7. Tyson. Tice, you want to change that to an 8 spare, not a 9 spare? Kyle Craven with 3 in a row. Sophie Jones with a strike. Jordan with a strike. Rob Colucci with a 9 spare. Frank goes wide, leaves a 1, 3, 4, 6, 7. Dan Wilson with Lane 9, we've got a 4-pin hanging on 9. Can we get a full set, please? What was that about lane 4? Yeah, roger that. Frank had a major problem with lane 4. Is Angelo still here?
Lemo just went down.
I think Lamo's on his way down, so... Oh, they need Angelo.
Can you ring him?
Yeah, mate, Angelo's on his way back now. He'll come in through the back door.
Tell him to fix lane 9.
What's he was just on it? Xavier. All right. Keep that up. Full set lane 12, please. Full set on 12, please. Jordan McCahill with a strike. Frank with a 3-6-7. George Squire goes left. We've just had to call Angelo in to give Lamo a hand with lane 4, so it could be a little while. Tyson goes light with a carry. Jamie Kennedy with a 1-2-4-7.
I think he knows how to get out.
Are we able to get a full set on lane 12, please? Full set on 12, please. Jordan McCahill with a 7-9 out of the pocket. Because he didn't like the other one.
Oh, the strike was too good.
Yeah.
There's no point, you know, I'm that far out.
It's either dog poo or rainbows. Like. Alrighty. So, Sophie broke the lane when she threw the strike on lane 9. That's alright. It's all your fault. Whether it was or not, it's your fault. They have. Mate, we need a full set on 12. The 5-9 has fallen. The 5-9 has fallen. We need a full set lane 12, please. Full set on lane 12. When you set them up, the 5 and 9 have fallen. Oh, Jamie with a power strike. Yeah, mate, still no 9 pin on 12, still no 9 on 12. Alrighty, so Jordan can finish with a possible 206. Kyle Craven's looking for a couple of skins in a row. Brian Olsen with a double. Frank Nucifora with 3 in a row.
There was a message.
George with a 9 spare. Kyle Craven with a double. Mick Fennick with a solid 10 pin. Frank Nucifora putting a bit of a squeeze on Kyle. Tyson with a double. Just drive straight down to Mount Elliott and buy it straight from the factory.
Sorry?
Just drive straight to Mount Elliott and buy it straight out of the factory.
Oh, my container's been moved to the, you know, when you drive in at four-wheel drive central,
Yeah.
straight down the back. But there's no water there. I ran power there, but there's no water.
Ah.
So I just want to get one of those fucking fillable things to,
Oh, like the, yeah.
the things sit on the bench. So I got some water out there.
Yeah, no, Dean finished up there yesterday.
Oh, did he? Voluntarily?
Yeah.
Not having a good time? Makes sense.
Nine spare there for Frank. He's still, hey? To where?
7, 8.
That's not my call. Because 3 and 4 is exactly the same.
Oh, right.
Shaft snap, I haven't got another shaft.
What are we doing with 9 and 10?
Hange, you won't get Pete. Long weekend, he's gone. What about
Need a shaft, mate.
Scott Cranston?
Leave it with me, I'll come to you with an answer. All right. There's a pin, the 2-pin was jammed in the deck, and they've been working on it for as long as they've been working on 4.
Can you ask Rachel to move 9 and 10 to 7 and 8, please?
These guys.
Oh,
Put them on 7 and 8.
3 and 4 to 7 and 8. Bron, can you ask Rachel to move 3 and 4 to 7 and 8, please?
Ladies, we're going to move you guys from 3 and 4 to lane 7 and 8. Lane 4 is unusable.
What are you going to do with the next section?
That's something we'll work out in about 5 minutes. Tyson Jones with a 223. What did Kyle finish up with? 219. Tyson Jones with a 223. Oh, Brian will finish with a 217. Sorry, Terry.
Might come from the clouds then.
We're going to have to move 9 and 10 onto here.
I need to know what's going on with 9 and 10 first.
Dan Wilson with a strike down on lane 11. Hey mate, are we able to get an approximate fixed time for lane 9, please?
We're almost done on lane 9.
Yeah, righto, thank you. 216 for Brian Olsen. Tyson, 2 minutes.
Righto.
Terry Bale with a strike. Gavin Schultz misses a 5-pin. And Matty. Dan Wilson with a 7 split. Missy with a double. Terry Bale with a 410. Gale with a strike. Dan Wilson with a 6-spin. Eight one cost Missy the skin. Gav with a 5-pin again. Terry Bale with a 4-pin. Missy with a strike. Hello. 9 miss there for Terry Bale. Double there for Missy. Gavin with a 9-pin. Missy Rosberg finishes with 3. I was going to say, when I called him, he reckons they were only 2 minutes. $178 for Dan Wilson. Yeah, 11 and 12.
Just tell them we've moved them off the pair now. Get it sorted.
Yeah, guys, we're going to move them off 9 and 10, so you've got a bit more time. So, yeah, as long as you get it sorted. I'd say so.
Six count there for Tony. Terry Bale with an 8 count. Did you get your box?
Yeah. We could just get a message saying, do you live at 4 but easier? You're like, what? Yeah.
All right. Rob with a 4-pin. Sophie Jones goes Brooklyn for a strike. So, Rob with a 9 spare. Carolyn Schultz with a strike. Dale Porter with a 9 spare. Tony with a 6-pin. Rob Colucci with a 7-pin on lane number 11. Terry Bale trips the 4. Tony with a 9 spare.
How many did you decide on, Big Doyle? How many did you decide on, mate? 6. You sure? Yeah. In your car and then another 6 in Connor's.
6-10 there for Sophie Jones. We have had to move a couple of players off different lanes due to some lane breakdowns. That's why we do have bowlers half a game behind the rest of the field. We will endeavour to fix that through the break for the oil. So, as I say that, Tony Hoffenset strains a nice strike on lane number 11. Rob Colucci with a 6-10. Sophie goes a little light, leaves a 4-7-8. Carroll with a 7-pin. Rob with a 8-1. Sophie with a 7 spare. 9 spare there for Gail Porter. Seven count for Tony. Rob Colucci with a 7-pin. Terry Bale with a 3-pin. Tony takes a 3-10 off his spare. Dale Porter with a 5-6. And one of them looked like he resurfaced it with an angle grinder.
I got an angle grinder out, fold it down Queen Street. Rob just chopped the 6-pin off fucking 610 because his plastic ball.
It's all them forward roll. It's all that forward roll, mate. Kills you.
Powerful stuff in the wrong hands, eh?
Yeah, that's it. Sophie the spare machine. The Sparinator.
Yeah, I've had to. But then this is different to what we were on 9 and 10. 9 and 10, I couldn't keep it right. Weird. I like it. Weird though.
114 for Gail Porter. Sophie with a 10 pin. Tony with a 6, 9, 10. Oh, Sophie's dropped that left. Hey? Yeah. 167 for Terry Bale. Rob Colucci with a double. Oh, the big 4 for Soph. Sophie makes sure a 2. She can finish with a possible 180. Rob with a possible 201. Tony Hoffman sets with a possible 187 if he can spare. He opens that one so he can finish with a possible 176. Sophie with a 7 pin. Sophie with a 9 spare.
Oh, that sounds good.
Better than pulling out an angle grinder. Hey? Just get out the reciprocating saw, cut the pin in half, and pop it out, job done. $169 for Sophie. That concludes squad number 1. We will have a short break for some oil.
I'm not finished yet.
You're not going to,
Conclude unless I have a game.
mate. You're not going to win a skin, so
I
you're
don't care,
done.
mate.
You're
Then
done.
I'm still squad 1. I'll sit here and protest.
You protest all you like. Let me consult with the tournament director. Yep, doesn't matter. Hey Tony, even if you strike out, you're bowling squad 1 tomorrow.
Don't worry, mate.
Wow, you're making me wait for this. It was all right.
Well done. One more. Had a couple of good games, mate. Iron Morning still on a health kick. I reckon he might get a 9.
Skittles are fruit.
Or maybe a 610.
Skittles are fruit and beer is cordial. Well, technically wine is just grape juice.
Fermented grape juice.
Still grape juice.
So good for you there. So that Ribena for adults.
That's it. Adult Ribena. Alrighty. Tony with his 9 spares just completed squad 1. Finally. Should have done him for slow play. Alright, we will be back shortly after a re-oil. Tune back in about half an hour from now and we will have squad 2 underway.